Hi, I'm Luke from Korg, and this is your first 5 minutes on the Volca Keys. Let's open the box. Okay, so this is what you get in the box. Volca Keys, most importantly, of course. Product manual, a sync cable for connecting to other gear, and 6 AA batteries. So let's get them installed and see what this thing can do. Okay, so we've got the batteries installed, and if you want to, you can power it via this jack here with an optional power supply. That's a KA350 in the UK, or via a Volca Mix, which is really cool because that'll power up to 3 Volcas simultaneously. Audio-wise, we're connected to our system via this mini jack here, but you can also plug in headphones to this if you want to, or if nothing's plugged into that, then you'll hear the sound directly through the speaker, which is underneath the Volca, which is really handy. Okay, let's power on. So once it's booted up, you can press play straight away, and then you can hear the first sequence in there. It's actually got 8 built in, and you can save 8 of your own as well. So let's select a different one. Just hold down memory and select the one you want to play. And you can press play again to stop that. So to play the sound live, you can just play it via this keyboard here. This is laid out like a piano, so it's just a chromatic keyboard. You can change the pitch with this knob here, and you can also change the voice mode here, so that changes how the sound plays back the 3 oscillators. So if you put it into unison mode, for example, you can get a really thick sound, and then using the D tune you can offset those oscillators pitch-wise. You can also play in octaves or in fifths. You've got a really neat ring modulator built in, and a poly ring modulator as well. So you select between your voice modes there, and then any sort of sound manipulation you do via this matrix here. So I can change things on the filter, cut off and peak or resonance. I can send the filter to an envelope. And I can change and shape my envelope here. As well. And I have an LFO built in. So if I want to add some motion to my sound, I can send the LFO to the cutoff, for example, or the pitch, or both simultaneously. You've also got a really nice delay built in as well, which is tempo syncable as well. Really cool. So to record, dead easy. All you have to do, hold down function, clear the current pattern that's in there, start it off. As you can hear, we've got a metronome on, and you can turn that on and off just by holding down function and pressing metronome there. And then press record, and now we're live recording. So I record our pattern. You can take it out of record mode at any time and just experiment. Because we're in poly mode, we could actually got 3 parts we can record. So once you've recorded your pattern and you want to save it, just hold down function and press memory, and then you can save into any one of these locations here. So if I wanted to overwrite what was already there into 6, just do that. My pattern's now saved. Okay, I'm going to bring in some other gear now to show you some of the connections on here. So I've got a Volca sample here and a MicroKey MIDI controller. So with a Volca sample, I want to show you the synchronization possibilities between 2 different Volcas, or any Korg gear really. It comes with this really neat cable. So this is a sync cable, so I can go sync out of my Volca Keys into my Volca sample, and that means the timing between the 2 will be in perfect synchronization. So when I press play on both, they're going to play at the same tempo. And then this one acts as the master, and that means if I change the tempo here, the Volca sample will follow, or if I increase the tempo, it will stay in perfect sync. I can actually go out of here then and daisy chain it into another unit and keep going, so you can have lots of different equipment connected to each other, which is perfectly synced. I've also got a MIDI in on my Volca Keys as well. So I've connected the Micro Key Air here via USB host to convert it into MIDI, and now I can actually just play the sound of the Volca Keys from this keyboard, which is really neat. Or I could have my sequence running, an overdub. And if you've got a MIDI controller with some controls on it as well, you can actually assign them to different parameters on the Volca Keys, which is really cool. I also want to show you how to do a factory reset on the Volca Keys. It's very easy to do, and sometimes something that's very useful. So to do that, just power off, hold down function, press memory, power back on. Then you'll see these two buttons are flashing. If you press the record one, that'll then do its cycling through and restore all of your factory data to the settings as if you bought it brand new. So there we go. That's your first 5 minutes on the Volca Keys.